YouTube? It's Diamond here, back again with another video. I'm excited to be back. Honestly, I just wanted to have a sit down video today with you guys and kind of give y'all like a story time, okay? So I just wanted to do like a story time video on how I became a homeowner at 24, and kind of wanted to give y'all some tips and some advice on becoming a homeowner and what that's like for me. How my journey started is that my dad was a person that was just always telling me to make sure I own my home. I stayed with my mom up until 24, and I'm still living with her, and you know the usual thing to do is look for an apartment, but honestly do what works for you. If you're a person that wants to move and change up things and you're not ready to buy a home yet, don't feel pressure to buy a home, okay? I just figured, I work at a financial institution, so I seen how rates were, and I seen, you know, the rent for apartments were. And I had built up my credit over time and things like that. I started building up a savings and stuff like that. So I just figured it would just be a better bet to own rather than rent right now, because you will be paying the same thing in mortgage that you are in rent, and sometimes even less. So depending on what house you get and stuff like that. So I just figured to go with that route, and like I said, I always had my dad, he always kind of put it in my ear to own, like an investment. So that's what I went ahead and did. And my mom, she had ended up giving me recommending me to a lender who worked really well with first-time home buyers. So what you do want to do, quick advice in the middle of this story time, what you do want to do is get a lender first, get a pre-approval, and then get a real estate agent, okay? And then my boyfriend, he had a real estate agent that he had been working with, so I ended up going with her, and so I got my pre-approval and everything. So right before I got into getting my mortgage, or like searching for homes and stuff, or applying for the pre-approval, let's say that, I had ended up buying out my lease. I think, did I buy out my lease on my car? I think I bought out my lease on my car, and I took a little bit extra out, so I was able to buy out my lease. So at that time, I was able to pay off all my debts, and buying out my car was actually brought my payment down, my monthly payment down. So all in all, my debt to income ratio ended up being even better. Now, they say you're not supposed to do anything with your credit around the time you're thinking about applying for a mortgage, but I had talked to the lender right before, and she told me that, you know, I wasn't in the process of the pre-approval or anything yet, so I hadn't even begun, so I was okay to go. And it actually helped me, because like I said, I was able to pay off all my debts with taking out the equity in my car, and my car note actually went down and my credit score jumped up. So eventually, once I did the pre-approval, got approved for my amount. Around this time, the housing market is still kind of bad now. My boyfriend was kind of stuck in this mind frame, telling me like, oh, you should look for houses 80,000, 90,000, which I was trying to look for. Honey, 80,000, 90,000 houses, it's not going to be livable. Like, it's going to be livable, but it's like going to need a lot of work. I didn't have the faith in myself to do that amount of work on certain homes. So like, I started going up and more up with my pricing. But as I'm looking for houses, I was really patient with myself. I didn't rush into anything. I was looking for months. And as I'm looking for houses, rates are just going up. When you're pre-approved for an amount, but the interest rate is not locked in or anything. So I'm looking for homes, and then I found out, so I started looking, I got pre-approved, I started looking for homes in about September of 2022, and I ended up closing on a home in June of 2023. So it took me that long to find a house, so be very patient with yourself. But I feel like once I found out I was pregnant in January, that kind of made me speed up my looking process, because I'm just like, I gotta have a home for my baby to be in. Now, I was staying with my boyfriend at the time, kind of between my boyfriend and my mom, but I just wanted to have my own stuff. I had got a couple houses that I had kind of locked into, but I ended up backing out because it just didn't feel right. Go with what feels right and don't listen to anybody else, okay? But one of these houses I still regret to this day, now that I look back at it. So I was looking in like areas, I stay in Michigan by the way, I was looking in areas like Livonia, Dearborn Heights, Westland. Livonia was a little bit on the expensive side, but I ended up finding a house for $150K. In Livonia, it was a 2-bedroom, it was nice. It was Clarenceville School District. I really wanted Livonia Public Schools, but Clarenceville is fine too. And it had a garage, a big garage actually. I actually liked the house very much. It didn't have a big backyard, but the backyard was nice. And it was fully remodeled. Like, it was small, but it was fully remodeled. So, you know, I ended up locking in on that, and I was able to get, it was something with the roof or something with the driveway as well, where I was able to ask for them to like put credits towards my down payment, which was going to leave me with some money left over and everything like that. So make sure you get an inspection. That's very important too. And yeah, so it had, like I said, it had a couple things. It just, the roof, the back of the roof had an add-on, I think, and it was something about like the shingles, and I would have had to get a roofer to look at it or whatever. And then the only other thing was that the driveway was needed to be done. But other than that, I don't remember it being anything but it being a 2-bedroom. That's it. But it had that big old garage, so I feel like we could have dealt with it. But I don't know. So it was in Livonia though. Livonia was my very much target area. If it couldn't be Canton, which Canton, like, I couldn't find no house in Canton. Canton is expensive. But Livonia was the best thing for me. And I found that house, and I was very blessed to find it. But I kind of let people around me kind of talk me out of it. It's telling me it was too small. They're telling me it was too expensive for it to be that small. And you know, I also had people telling me the area is Livonia. The real estate is always going to be going up and up. You're going to definitely get your money back if you ever have to sell the house. But I don't know. I was just letting everything get to me. So I ended up pulling out of that. And then a couple houses. Like, I think I had a house in Garden City. My offer got accepted. But then the inspection didn't go that well, so I pulled out of that. And then I ended up with this house in Westland. So, that was kind of like my journey. It wasn't too much to, you know, talk about. I would just say make sure that you save up, first of all, not only for a down payment and for closing costs, but for any work you may want to do in the home. These homes nowadays have work to be done in them, and they're getting more and more expensive, and the interest rates are going up. So it's just kind of crazy how often that you're really finding these houses that are just fully remodeled and for, you know, a reasonable price or something like that. Especially because I'm not talking about the big home, but like I have a 3-bedroom right now. And it was livable. It fully remodeled bathroom or whatever, but like the kitchen is kind of older. It has wood cabinets, granite countertops. I definitely want to change that. I want to change the color in here. It just kind of dims the, you know, rooms down. It's kind of closed off. It's a 1960s home, which I didn't know. So things you learn as a homeowner, you just learn more things when you finally become a homeowner. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm 25 now, but I was 24 or 25. You know, I had never lived on my own. I didn't know what my mom had to go through. And mind you, she had a landlord, so she still had somebody to help her. As a homeowner, I have to figure out everything by myself. What's this? What's that? And it's so much stuff. Luckily, my inspector, he was very thorough when he would do my inspections. Told me a lot of stuff that got my mind thinking, that I held on to. Like, okay, we need to keep up with this as a homeowner and keep up with this. He actually gave me a book that said, like, it's like a guide to being a homeowner. So I kept that with me, and I'll be reading on that throughout my journey. I consider this home a starter home for me. 3-bedroom, no basement, no garage. So that's why I kind of like regret not getting that Livonia home, because I'm in Westland right now, but I would rather have been in the area of Livonia. Even though I get the extra room here, I don't get a garage, you know, that I had there. So it's like, I feel like I'm kind of in the same place, and I don't get, that house was completely updated. Like, the laundry room here is kind of like dim in there. I have to really, like, I'm gonna have to like I watch a lot of videos all the time on remodeling your home and renovations and stuff, so I just gotta get the courage to renovate some of the stuff I do want to in here. But points to be made. Sorry, my baby's back there, he's asleep. But make it a point to save for down payment, save for closing costs, save for just in case you want to do some things in the home, and or save for anything that may come with the home that you need to fix on. So I had got this home with I obtained the city of inspection report, so that means I have to everything that's on the city of inspection report I have to get done. So you got homes that you buy as is, you got homes that they want you to take care of the things on the C of O, things like that. You just have to pay attention to that. But get you a good realtor, get you a good lender. So I had a really good lender. I went through in the beginning, sorry, I keep looking at myself. Let me look at the camera. But in the beginning, I was going through MSHA, which is a program that can fund your down payment for a specific zip code. Look into MSHA if you need help funding a down payment. So they can give you, and closing costs, so they can give you $7,500 or $10K towards down payment and closing costs depending on your zip code. So look into that. But I had a really good lender who gave me another option because of the zip code I lived in currently, which was Inkster. It's just a low income area, and I was the first time home buyer. She gave me a program that is a gift program because of my zip code that I stayed in currently, that I was able to get almost what Mr. would have gave me for help with down payment and closing costs, but I don't have to pay it back. With Mr., you do have to pay it back if you refinance your home or sell it or anything like that. With this program, I don't have to. So if I want to sell, if I want to do anything like that, I don't have to pay it back. I literally got those funds as a gift. So I was very thankful to have a good lender. So make sure you get a good lender and realtor and save. Those are 3 advice that I got. Don't let anybody rush you into anything. Don't just do stuff because you see people doing stuff on the media, or as you see, I'm saying, I'm a homeowner at 24. It's not all jacked up that is, to be. I don't have the most luxury house. I'm in a simple house. I'm proud of my accomplishments, and I thank God every day that I'm able to own a home. But don't look at it like, somebody's doing better than you, because I still have my moments where I'm happy I'm a homeowner, because if I needed to, I could sell this house and everything like that. But I do have to take on a lot of big projects because the house isn't the way I want it to be, and it can get overwhelming. When I moved in, it was really hard in the beginning. I didn't have any of this furniture here. You have to make a home your home. I lived with my mom up until I was 24 years old, so it was really out of the ordinary for me. This house is also make sure you're looking at the dates of when homes were made, because you'll start to learn a lot. I thought these walls were drywall. I learned that they're plaster because my house was built in the 60s, so they're actually plaster walls. You'll learn about just different stuff. You'll learn about I just got my air ducts clean. Just learn about the air quality in your house, and you have to keep up with the furnace and the water heater. And then on top of that, you want to do all these projects. So it gets costly, and it can get overwhelming if you let it. So just understand that. But it is very rewarding because, like I said, if I need to, I can sell my home. It's an investment. So at the end of the day, you got to put money into what you invest, right? But that's kind of what's my story time about becoming a homeowner. I can't talk. Homeowner. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Maybe I do want to eventually do videos of me building things and just getting my home together one by one. Like I said, I see this home as a certain home. Most years that I say I'm willing to stay in this house is 5 years. It probably won't, anything can happen. It could be sooner, it could be later than that, but my max out for this home hopefully is 5 years. So yeah, and then hopefully I can move into another house and my income would be different, or whatever the case may be. But it still is rewarding. If that's the path that you want to set yourself on, like I said, just take those little nuances. Make sure you build your credit to get the lowest interest rates you can, because interest rates are already high right now, and sometimes it's not the best time to buy. So also keep that in mind. Housing market is kind of crazy right now, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You know, be wise. Just be wise about your choices. But that's my journey of how I became a homeowner at 24. It built up from my dad, I would say. I'll give my dad a lot of the credit, because it started with him helping me build my credit from about 21 years old. You know, he got really educated, and then he decided to educate me. So about 2021, I started to build my credit. He always instilled in me, become an owner. So when I moved out my mom's house, that's the first thing I did. But that's just my journey, and I'm grateful to God that he was able to provide for me. And I know I have a child to take care of, so I'm happy I have a roof over my head to be able to, you know, it's not everything I want, but I'm grateful. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, or you want to know more about the homeowner journey, if I missed anything, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys, and see you soon.